Welcome, welcome. This is CJs FitnesSing. Today is Friday, February 5th. Is that right? Yeah, it's the 5th. And we are going to be working on our voices, working on our bodies. Thank you for joining us today. If you are seeing this live on Facebook, you're only going to get a little peek into our CJs FitnesSing class. In order to see the whole thing, you've got to come join us now. It's at www.themarsh.org/CJs FitnesSing. The link is right here on the post here with the live video. So welcome to CJs FitnesSing. I'm going to see who's in the class already. Welcome, welcome. We have Rachel. Good to see you, Rachel L. Ellie, welcome back. Margaret, Kathleen, Helen L. Gracie, good to see you. I have some thoughts about something we could do together, Gracie, so I'm going to be emailing you. Susan Kaplan, thank you for joining us. Joanne, I see you. Kia, welcome back. Phyllis, hello. And if you want to get a call out, you have to come join us. If you're not here already in the Zoom room, you better come on over. I'll see you there. All righty. So thanks for being here today. I'm excited because we're going to sing a song that is such a classic. It's been recorded over 1 million times. There are so many famous singers, and if you're on the contact list, you may have already seen that I sent out, I don't know, it's probably 12 different versions or covers of Amazing Grace. And I didn't even scratch the surface in terms of great performances or historic performances. And if you have any that you know of and you want to share those, please, you can just send it to me on that email address, and then I'll compile a bigger list and throw them back out at you. Thank you, Cynthia. I see you just joining. Thank you so much for being here. All right, let's get going. So we're going to get our bodies warmed up. So if you are going to stand with us, then stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. If you're sitting, same way, feet about shoulder width apart. And we're going to start with some shoulders. We're moving our shoulders, but we're also doing our arms. So arms and shoulder circles. Here we go. Please remember to do this at your own pace. If I go too fast, you slow it down. If I go too slow, you speed it up. All right, and we're going to go in the opposite direction. We have our hands stretched out far, like we're trying to touch the walls on either side, and we're just circling around. And when you start to feel that burn, that's saying, hello, muscles are waking up. All right, and down to your side. Now let's isolate the shoulders. Roll one back and then the other. Let's get 10 on each side for a total of 20. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're rolling our shoulders backward individually. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, let's move our shoulders together simultaneously forward. 1, 2, slowly. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do 10, 8, 9, and 10. All right, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. I'm checking this chat. Here we go. Oops, I think I just deleted it. Let's see. Okay, yes, the contact list is, where are the links to Amazing Grace? So if you are on our email list, you should find it in your email. If you aren't on there yet, Joanne, please click on that link there in the chat and add your information, and I'll make sure we send out that message to the newcomers today. All right, shake, shake, shake it out. Heidi, welcome. Kathleen, welcome. All right, now we're just going to do some, we're going to lift our arms up, 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 all the way to the ceiling. And then we're going to snatch down quickly and go back up really slowly. I want you to compress your muscles, compress, compress, compress. Snatch down quickly. Compress, compress, compress. We're going up, 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 up. Snatch down quickly and up. Now this time, we're going to hold and we're going to compress all of our muscles. That means tighten, 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 tighten. It's just a way to activate the muscles without doing a lot of movement. All right, woo! I can feel the burn and I'm not even moving. All right, let's get those fingers wiggly so we know we are still breathing. All right, and slowly down. Release, release, release. Woo! Lots of blood flow to the upper body. Very good. Brenda is coming in the house. Welcome back, Brenda. All right, so just to get a little bit more blood flow to the rest of the body. Oh, I should add a little music, shouldn't I? Let's add a little music. Ooh, not that music, not that one. All right. Give me just a second. Oh, yes, while we are doing this, let's see. Okay, I can't do two things at once. Okay, hold on. Thank you for your patience. We're going to do it about, I think that's a good tempo.
Workout music source.
All right. So we're going to do something that engages our entire body. And I'll turn that down if that's a little loud. All right, so my feet are shoulder width apart, but I'm going to lean my weight on my left foot and I'm on my toe on my right foot. My arms go up. If you're in a seated position, you can still do this with your right leg out and your arms up, and you're going to bring your right knee up and your arms down simultaneously. So if we're standing, it looks like this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next time on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Let's jog in place. Woo! Let's jog in place. Or you can do a little jump. We're getting ready. This is our active rest. All right. In 5, 4, we're gonna go again with the right foot going up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, other side. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3. If you want to get a little more burn, add a hop. And hop. 5, 6, 7, 8, and rest. Woo! You're looking good. All right, now this time, we're gonna jump rope. And if you're in a seated position, you're just gonna bounce your feet off of the floor to the beat and do your arms as if you were jumping rope. So sending your hands in a circling motion. For those of us who are standing, 1, I'm trying to hear the music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's jump rope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna do 4 counts of 8. 5, 6. 1. This is 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rest. 5. We have another count of 8 to rest. This time we're doing our jumping rope, but we're going to double it. 8 counts of 8. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 5. 4, Just one more thing before we start singing. All right, you're gonna get in a stance. It's not the boxer stance, we're not doing it this way, but we're gonna stay hips face forward, feet a little more than shoulder width apart, and we're just gonna punch. I'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. Keep going. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Need 3 more sets. 5, 6, 7. And 2 more sets. Really turn at the waist. Last one. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. And we are all the champions. Very good, very good. How do you feel? How do you feel? Get some water. Get your breath underneath you. And to do that, if you need to, you can put your hands on your head. That helps to open our rib cage, allows more oxygen to vacuum itself in. And then let's try to slow the breathing down on purpose. And this idea of slowing the breathing down is something that we do when we do the appoggio breath management technique. So when you're ready, you're going to bring your arms down to your side. And as you bring your arms down, I want you to still feel energized and lifted from the belly button up. Almost as if you were ready to go dance. So breath management is a big thing. Like, it's this massive undertaking that you can work on it for years. Eventually you get into a place where you're, okay, I know how to manage. I can do it with intention. But we always are just adjusting as our bodies are dynamic, as we are dynamic. We're always just making those little adjustments, doing check-ins. But the idea of breath management on the outflow is that when we release the breath for singing, we've taken in this breath of air, the rib cage expands outward and upward, and it expands all the way around. It's not just in the front or just on the sides, it's all the way around. And then we tell ourselves, I want the rib cage to go back to resting state as slowly as possible. That's one of the pieces of magic to breath management for singers. So let's all experience what that's like. So if we breathe in very slowly, we can breathe in either through a straw, like we're sipping through a straw, or you can just breathe in slowly through the mouth and nose simultaneously until you've filled up about 80% of the way. So let's just take that breath in. And it may not feel like you're doing much, but if you do it slowly, you're being intentional. All right, let's do it again. Blow all that out. This time, place the palms of your hands on your rib cage. Find the bottom few ribs, right? So for me, my body is, I have a short waist. So my rib cage actually stops like right here, not too far from my breast area, right? So very, very short waist. That's why I'm a soprano, because I have a very short rib cage. And so you find where yours is. If you have a lovely long waist, find the bottom. And then when you breathe in, you want to feel how that rib cage expands, right? So here we go. Let's take our breath in slowly. All right, when you're 80%, you may have only felt like your rib cage expand. In your hands, maybe you only feel like a 1/2 inch difference or something like that, but that's significant. All right, let's do it again. And this time when we finish, we're gonna go immediately into an exhale on shh, and let it be a strong shh, like you're telling somebody, I said, be quiet. All right, here we go. Ready? Breathe in. Do it again. Ready? Whenever you're ready. And inhale. Now, do you notice when we do our shh, the rib cage goes pretty quickly right at the beginning. There's that initial because we're really energizing the shh. But when we do it for singing, we won't have that dramatic of an onset with the breath when we start. Okay, so it should be, oh, that's so cute, Deborah. All right, so we breathe in, and then for singing, it's more like a but I want you to have shh as a comparison, right? Shh causes us to kind of compress our muscles, our abdominal muscles a little bit. But for singing, we don't want that much compression. All right. So let's breathe in and then go to a s. Here we go. Breathing in, 80% of the way. So when you're doing this, one thing you can do is monitor how steadily, how constantly your breath is flowing. So it gives you a nice oral cue for how constant your breath is. And then we can turn that right into an exercise, into a vocalist. So can you hear that okay? Or is it low? It's a little low? Okay. Oh, yeah. Better? All right. So if we take in that breath, the intentional slow breath, and then we start with a sa. What that does is it helps us get that initial breath flow moving, and it's nice and secure, it's connected, and then all we have to do is open up to the vowel. We don't have to say, okay, now I have to shape the voice and do, we don't have to do that. Just open up to the vowel and let that breath flow continue as if you were still doing that S. All right, here we go. Inhaling, and if you like to do this so you can feel your rib cage, continue to do so. Ready? Inhale. Sa. When it gets too low, go up an octave. If you can sing down low, that's fine. You can continue to stay down there. I'm going to move up just a bit. All right, here we go. Ready, 2, 3. today. Song. As we go higher, make sure your soft palate is lifted. Welcome, John. Welcome, Linda. Helen A. I don't know if I greeted you. Welcome, Eunice. All right, let's do something fast moving. Over here, let's start here. We'll still use that initial S as a way to get the breath moving, to initialize the onset of phonation, and then All right, here we go. And remember, this moves in groups of 3, so it's a sequence. 1, 2, 3. Then we move up slightly and do another 3. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and let's go back up. 1, 2. Actually, let's see if we can take it a little faster. 1, 2, ready, and Now we're going to change to sol. All right, how many of you are feeling like the voice is warming up? It's warming up. Good, 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 good. All right, so we're going to start working on our song, which the request last week was to do Amazing Grace. And so, you know, the history says that John Newton, it's always attributed to John Newton originally. But the original version didn't have as many verses as we now know. And in some ways, this song developed sort of like a spiritual. It started, yes, with one person, but the way it got transplanted to different groups, depending on what environment they were in, they would change the words and sometimes even change melodies. So we ended up with this melody that's most prevalent. But there's this interesting story about John Newton. So he was a slave trader and was on a ship heading from Africa, and I guess the weather got very, very tumultuous, and he got really, really scared that he was going to die in the storm, and he just converted to Christianity. He just started calling on God and saying, oh, please, if you just save me. And then later on, he wrote this song reminiscing on his time of being saved by grace, thus Amazing Grace. So that's the story. There are other, thoughts about whether or not his melody was at all influenced by some of the Africans singing some of their songs. That's not confirmed. It seems that there is a tune called Britain that emerged as the one that we now know. So that's just a little tidbit of history that's interesting, especially during Black History Month, how this song came to be. Thank you. Okay, I see. Kathleen, I don't know if we have two Kathleens. Kathleen, both of you, welcome. And Linda, welcome. Heidi, welcome. And so we have a few people who are going to be added to the list. Thank you so much for that. You can actually add yourself to the list if you click on that link at the very top of the chat. I just want to make sure that no one gets missed after class. I don't want to miss you. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna bring the lyrics in. And we're going to focus probably on the first three, depending. It's a very simple song to learn because it is strophic, which means you have basically this one melody. It's not two parts. It has one verse and then the melody repeats for each verse. Let's see, here we go, lyrics. Boom, and there. Oh, that's kind of hard to see the delineation from, let me see if I can paste it again and then create the delineation from verse to verse. Oh no, it won't let me do it. Okay, every time I try to press enter to change it, it's gonna stick it out there. All right, so it's basically every 4 lines. So amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. That's verse 1. Then we go next 4 lines, our second verse. We are going to sing it in the key of, we'll try F and see how F goes. If F doesn't work, we'll sing it in E flat. All right. So here's something. If you don't know music theory, I want to give you a little tip. If you know music theory, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I know that. But I want everybody to think about when a song starts, we want to be able to identify, even if you don't know keys like A major or A minor, even if you don't know that, can you find the tonal center for a song? So, for instance, the tune goes like this. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. So I've only done 2 lines, but what tone is emerging as like the main tone? Amazing grace. I saw you point, John. How sweet the sound that saved. I see somebody going, yeah, that is it. So this is our tonal center. Tonal center is the same thing as the key. So, or it is at least the letter for the key. So in this case, we're doing F. We are singing it in F major. My brother wrote a very neat version in F minor. It's very pensive and haunting. But okay, we're doing it in F major. And when we start, we go, Ame. That is an interval of a fourth. I am harmonizing, so is that also F major? Yes, so Cynthia, if you are harmonizing, you will be harmonizing in the key of F major. So instead of singing this, you might sing, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. So the notes that you will sing will still lie within the key of F major. That's a great question. All right, so it's the same thing as Here Comes the Bride. That's a perfect fourth. So if you want to wow people, be like, I bet you can't sing a perfect fourth. Think Ame or Here Comes the Bride. So that perfect fourth takes us from scale degree 5 to scale degree 1. So when we get to May, we are singing the tonal center F. All right, so that's just a little theory tidbit. Now let's sing the song. All right, so I'll sing. How many of you actually know it already? I'm looking at. Okay, so I can't see everybody. Just in case, so we don't miss anyone, I'll sing a line. You sing it back to me. If you know it, you'll just sing it both times. All right, here we go. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. And you can breathe after grace. Ready, 2, 3, 1, 2. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Next line goes, that saved a wretch like me. I like to breathe before like. Breathe there if you like. Breathe. You don't have to breathe in that line at all. That saved. So that is the same pitch that we left off on the word sound. How sweet the sound. Then we say, that saved a wretch like me. Next line. I once was lost. So we have a little lullaby rocking back and forth. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Let's do those two lines together. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. That's the whole thing. Let's go to the second verse, just practicing the melody. And we are still in tune. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. All right, how's it going? Are we all good on the melody? Good, 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 good. So then this next verse, it gets a little darker. Through many dangers, toils, and snares we have already come. 'Twas grace has brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us home. So it gets lighter, right? It gets brighter. Let me make sure to Cesar get in. Okay, he got in. Okay, great. Great to see you, Cesar. Welcome. I want to know if when you sing this, through many dangers, toils, and snares, can you give us something darker in color in your voice? Right, so how we can color the voice, we can shape the voice. We have all of these cavities here, from here, even here, in our throat, and then here, all these cavities, the breath can spin around. And how we use those cavities can impact how we color the voice. For instance, let's see. We can sing an ooh that's really dark. Ooh, ooh. For me, I still have some brightness because, that's how I sing, right? But ooh is not the same as ooh. Very different, right? One sits far back and gets a little, almost like cotton is in the mouth, like just dampening the sound a bit. And then we can bring it forward and where it spins more closer to like the nasal cavity here, and it gives it a brighter, more light sound. So just that alone we can take through many dangers, toils, and snares I have already come, and then brighten it up one, 'twas grace that brought, right? Okay, so let's try it. All right, find your dark sound, mysterious, foreboding. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, we have already come. Brighten, 'twas grace that brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us home. All right, how many found your dark sound? Yeah. Ooh, okay, good. And then we have, when we've been there 10,000 years, bright, shining as the sun. Sounds like another opportunity to be bright. But how will we be bright this time? How can we make it different? Maybe it's that we decide we're going to change the volume, right? So changing volume, but keeping it bright. So we could be bigger in volume, right? So take the core tone and increase its girth, like this is quiet. Making it bigger, right? So all I'm doing is I'm sending breath into my sound. I'm actually how can I say? I'm enlarging the space in my pharynx because I'm taking the pharyngeal wall and just opening it a bit back, like almost like, what? I'm so for me? That surprise, that oropharynx moves back just a little bit and it makes space. And that space, if your core tone is really there, that space can help you increase the girth of the core tone, and it sounds bigger, fuller, louder. And we just, with a mental command, we say to the sound, I want you to be bigger, I want you to be fuller, I want you to be louder, without taking the muscle and going, oh, like that on the voice. Rachel, you have a question? Rachel L? You can unmute.
Sorry. You just answered it, but I think just to rephrase, you don't have to push the volume. The volume emerges out of that change and that breath.
Yes, that's a beautiful way to say it. It emerges. Yes. And so it's the breath that does the work and not the muscle. We can get into trouble if we're muscling it. Even for those who are belting in Broadway, the healthy belt is not muscle. It's the breath, and it's singing in a certain place, like allowing the breath to impinge in certain places in the face. So yes, excellent question, Rachel. Thank you. Yes, Kathleen. D.
Could you say more about the otopharynx? I mean, I know about the pharyngeal near the esophagus, but I don't really know where that is in my.
Yeah, great question. So we have the uvula. So the uvula is that little thing that dangles down. And then if we take the back of the tongue and trace backward, and then when we swallow, when the water goes down, it goes down from where you can see it into a place where you can't really see unless you like go, and you shine a light down, right? It's that part, like it's right in here, but it's inside the throat area, right? And so we can, it naturally is going to sit kind of like this, and then we can just ease it back. Yep, yep. You might feel like your ears kind of come back.
Oh, okay.
Yay! All right, these are great questions. Ashley, do you have a question? I saw your hand, or maybe you're singing. Maybe you're finding your singing.
How can you make sure that the volume is perfect?
Oh, I love it. How can we make sure the volume is perfect? Tell me what you mean by perfect, Ashley.
I mean, how can you make your voice become louder and more superior?
I love all these words. Yes, superior. So the best thing, let's actually take this exercise because this is an exercise that really trains the voice to go from super soft to loud, a healthy loud, and then back to a soft place. So we can go like this. But starting very quietly, like a pinhole. And when we get to the top, we're going to try to do a crescendo, which means to gradually increase the volume. But keep the focus of the sound just the same as it was when you're singing quietly. So. What I'm doing is I have to bring that pharyngeal wall back a little bit, ease it back, and allow the breath. And I'm saying to myself, I want it to be fuller, but I'm not pushing. All right, so here we go. Sorry. Then we're going to go back to soft from big. This is the coperto exercise. Coperto, and it was first, I think, created by David Jones, a master pedagogue, who passed it to other teachers, and then eventually it got to me. And it's one that it really trained my voice to be able to sing all of these colors of volume from that pianissimo, very quiet, to the loudest, and do it throughout the voice. All right, so let's do that again together. Actually, let's do it on a note that we will sing a lot. So at the apex of Amazing Grace is this C. So let's practice it on C. So we'll start quiet, and actually it begins with a hum the way it was originally given. It has a hum at the beginning, so that may help. So it's hum. I'll demonstrate one time. So I have my mouth open inside. So that's core sound, trying to keep it as small as possible, but it's connected. So the reason why it still has ring even when it's quiet is because it's connected to the breath. It's not breathy, but it's connected to the breath. All right, so let's try it all together. Now here. And you're welcome to breathe after we do the octave leap if you need to breathe, and then if you need to breathe again sometime, it's okay. So when we're singing, so the last or the third, fourth, it's actually the fourth verse here. When let's try to do a crescendo on sun. Let's see if we can apply that. All right, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as, start quiet, the sun, we've no less last days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. All right, so remember where it says God, if you would like to say love, or if you want to say Jehovah, whatever you want to say there, you can insert. That's great. All right, so let's see if we can put the whole thing together and find moments where you can use that getting bigger, that crescendo, and even the decrescendo, right? Being loud and then going back to soft. So I'm going to pull up our accompaniment this time in the key of F. How are you liking this key? Is it good, or do you want to drop it down a little? Okay. Oh, I see a few of you are like, drop it down. Okay, we'll do it in this key, and then we'll go transfer to E flat. And the E flat is going to have a completely different feel, so it'll give us a chance to play around with the sound a little bit. All right. And here, yes, okay. I think, okay, you tell me if you can hear this well. Okay. Here we go. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Twas grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Yay! Oh, that's so beautiful. Now we're gonna do the one in E flat. And this one, like I said, is a bit different. So we get to jam it up a little bit. So feel free to improvise. You can throw in what is improvisation, right? It's just feeling the sound, feeling your own emotions and intent and going with it. It means saying yes to ideas that pop up in your mind like, oh, I just feel like I should, woo, right here, then woo, do that, right? Say yes. Okay, here we go. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to feel, and grace my fears relieved. Precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils and snares, I have already come. 'Twas grace that brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining, shining as the sun. With no stars to sing God's praise, then when we first begun, when we first begun, and then didn't have a closing chord. All right, that was good. That was good. Shall I find another version? And we sing it one more time? All right, let's see what we got. I'm missing some things in the chat. Yay, thank you. All right, let's see, Amazing Grace, here we go. I'm gonna keep it in this key. Oh, maybe I'm not gonna keep it in this key. It looks like it's gonna be a little bit harder to find a good one. So we're gonna go back to F, boom. And then let's see what we get. Traditional. Oh my goodness. Oh, no. Okay, let's see what this is. I don't know what key. Let me see what this key is. Pretty, but All right, I don't know what this one is. Let's see. Oh yes, amazing grace. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Oh, I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I can see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears so relieved. Oh, how precious did that grace appear. Oh, I first believed. I'm going to answer your question soon, Helen. Through many dangers, I tell you, I've had some toils, I've had some stares. We've already come through them all. It was grace that brought us safe thus far. And I'm telling you, it's grace that's gonna lead us home. Oh, grace will lead us Hey! Woo! Okay, that was so much fun. You all took me way back to my church in Tennessee. Oh, that was so fun. All right. So I see there is a question. Helen says, my voice wants to crack at the end of most lines. What is that? So Helen, I wonder, when you're singing, are you, let's see. Are you still here, Helen? Helen, that's Helen L. I'm not sure that I can I? Oh, okay, maybe Helen's gone. All right. Well, I'm guessing sometimes that can come from creating too much breath pressure underneath the chords. So it's kind of like the muscling thing. We can muscle it, and then when we let go of the breath and let go of the sound, there's this kind of almost like a yodel kind of thing. So I don't know if any of you also experienced that, but that's perhaps what was going on. And your family's from Tennessee too. We gotta talk. This is lovely, you all. Thank you so much. Okay, somebody throw out some songs for next week. What should we do? Knoxville area. Okay, I'm from the West Tennessee side. I'm near Memphis, a little place called Jackson. Yeah? Can you sound and okay, open sound on an E? Oh, John, great question. So E, when you're singing an E, if you want to keep, something from Pocahontas. Okay, keep an E open requires space in the back because it's really easy. Since E is a forward vowel, it's easy to clamp down. But to keep it open as if you were saying, even like that kind of space in the back with an E in the front. So if I speak, I just say E and everything is really closed. But when I sing, I have to have that space open in the back. And then as I go higher, depending on where you are in your voice, you're going to need to modify. Modify the vowel means we start to actually open the vowel more toward another vowel. So for me, it'll be, you know, and it becomes something other than E, but who cares when you're singing that high? They just want to hear you sing it. All right. Okay, these are good songs. Okay, so I will definitely pick from one of those for next week. Thank you so much. I hear you, Cynthia. Great. Thank you. Please come again next week. Bring a friend. Sending love. Please support the Marsh with the tip jar. There's the link.